Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the continuation of our webinar series. Tonight, we have a presentation by Chiesi about their Total Care Program. And first, I'll introduce Casey McKenna, uh, and then next, Chiesi. So Casey's going to introduce Mike from Chiesi, and then we'll get going. And just thank you all for being here. And Casey, take it away.
Hi. Well, we are so pleased tonight to have Mike Clavadetscher from Chiesi joining us. Um, Mike is the lead for case management for rare diseases at Chiesi. He's known for being a passionate patient advocate and a people-first leader. He has helped build and lead patient service programs that ensure individuals receive the support, education, and care they deserve throughout their treatment journey. So we are so pleased to have Mike with us here today. Please follow along. And if you do wind up with questions, put them in the chat as we go. We'll probably hold the questions until the end, but if anything is urgent, we can certainly raise our hands and in the middle of the presentation and interrupt if needed. Mike is here to make sure that we all understand. So with that, please welcome Mike.
As Casey said, my name is Mike Clavadetscher. I am really excited to bring this presentation, which is the updated Chiesi Total Care or Chiesi Total Care 2.0. Beginning in July of this year, we've brought our entire patient services department in-house, which is the first time in the history of Chiesi that they have dedicated patient services in an in-house type of a way. So I'm going to walk through the presentation. As Casey said, please feel free to ask questions, leave them in the chat, or certainly interrupt me if you want to do that as well. It's a shorter presentation, so certainly a lot of time for Q&A. So at Chiesi, we are making a rare difference. As I mentioned, for the first time in the history of Chiesi, we brought the entire patient services department in-house. And what that means for the Fabry community is that you have dedicated, experienced patient service managers or PSMs, as well as PELs, patient education liaisons, that are geographically aligned to patients and families across the country. So this is a single point of contact. It's the same person that you're going to be reaching every time, really delivering that personalized patient-centric approach, which is new to Chiesi. This isn't an outsourced program. This is an in-house program. And I came over to Chiesi about 10 months ago to lead the patient service managers in an effort to provide more services, better services to the Fabry community, as well as the alpha-mannosidosis community. So you'll see the two pictures here are listed, are two patients living with each of the diseases. For this specific presentation, obviously, we're working with the Fabry community. This slide represents two different things. To the right is a picture list, if you will, of all of the patient services group that is currently in place. And so we have the patient service managers along with the patient education liaisons, one of which is on the call. I know Christy Hussa is that circle in the second, or on the far right hand, the second tier. But these are the folks that when you call, once you're connected, and if you have a physician and you're looking to move forward with therapy, these are the folks that you'll be talking to. It's not anybody that you're gonna have to switch and change your story. It's the same person you'll be connecting with every single time, which I know provides confidence and that the process is going to be moving quickly forward as possible. A quick note on the bottom, you'll see the contact information. We will work with Jerry and Casey to provide these slides, at the very least, the contact information. But I do want to note that phone number, fax number, email, and website all come directly into Chiesi Total Care. So just note that information. And again, you'll be connected to the regionally aligned patient services manager and patient education liaison. To the left, that is basically what all good patient service organizations should do, which is put the patient at the middle. I was fortunate enough, about 20 years ago, I started my career in patient services at Genzyme and worked directly with Henry Termeer, potentially some of you on this call. And that Genzyme model of patient centricity, put the patient at the center of everything, and everything works out, I've found to work in every setting. The community, if you are listening to the community, you're reacting, you're proactively engaging with patient communities, that always works best. And again, that is what Chiesi is trying to live by that motto, patient centricity, put the patient at the middle, and everything else kind of falls into place, if you will. This is a little more detail of that pie split into thirds. These are the what we provide as far as the services. Starting in the top left corner of that pie is education and adherence support. So I mentioned Christy Hussa earlier. She's a patient education liaison, and a lot of her responsibilities lie in that top left portion. So the education and adherence support. So the PELs, the patient education liaisons, do provide disease state and product education. There are, as you can imagine, educational guides about Fabry disease and different things. And there is a welcome kit that was previously sent out that's being refurbished and will be sent out again in the near future. And then, as I think is so important with rare disease treatments and rare disease communities, it's that outreach. It's the personalized outreach. It's not somebody that you wouldn't have contacted before. It's the same person that knows your story and wants to help and knows how to get to those solutions. So that coordinated outreach via phone, text, and email. The bottom left portion is the access and reimbursement. As you all know more than anybody and the experts in the field, it's never been harder to get on therapy and stay on therapy. Insurance companies have put a lot of barriers in place. The patient services managers, the team that I lead, this is our focus, is ensuring that the benefit investigations or verifications are done so that you're aware of your benefits. That also comes into play in talking about open enrollment. So we're currently in a lot of different insurance settings, open enrollment periods. So I'm sure you're out there if you have the potential to change plans or want to know kind of the benefits and the negatives of certain plans. The patient service managers at Chiesi can provide that it can do the research and provide that kind of the background to help you make your choices. As I talked about just a second ago, it is oftentimes not a straightforward process to get on therapy and to stay on therapy. So there's prior authorizations that come up that sometimes are denied. So they have to go through the appeal and denial guidance. These are busy physician offices, and we can be that support to help provide resources and education and materials to help that process. So that access and reimbursement. And my goal is to take that onus or that responsibility or that the fear of what if, take that off of you guys and the community as much as possible, and work through those problems in the background so that you can just focus on your health. That's always been my mantra with any organization that I work with is to remove the stressors if at all possible. And I know that insurance and coverage is an extreme stressor. So the idea with the internal patient services department is to closely monitor these things. We have a CRM in place which tracks prior authorizations, ensuring that in a timely fashion, those get updated, working with the provider offices, working with the wonderful PELs. And that brings me to the third section of the pie here is the care coordination. And this is the heartbeat. I mean, this is what makes an in-house patient services department function and work well. It's the coordination amongst everybody. So I've mentioned two roles, the patient service managers, who are really the access and reimbursement center. You have your patient education liaisons, which are the education and adherence support. And there's a third role, which are field reimbursement managers or FRMs. Now, these people are out in the field with an expertise in overcoming the challenges that could come up with accessing therapy. So if there's a prior authorization that's up, they can go out to the office and help the office manager and provide resources there. So it's really key. But these three roles play integral role in hoping to smooth out this, the bumps in the process of getting on therapy and staying on therapy. As I talked earlier, periodic check-ins are important. And I want those check-ins also not to only be proactive, but reactive. So, if you were to start on the Fabry or being on a Fabry, to reach out to your patient service manager, your PEL, if you have any questions at any point in time, because it does go, we will never find out information faster than you would provide it to us. So that is a key. And knowing that the person that you're reaching, knows you, understands the process, it could help help overcome any concerns. And then as another potential stressor is a site of care. So moving infusion centers, moving to the home setting, moving states, if that's the case. Our organized care coordination can help provide resources, can help provide solutions to those questions that you might have about how do I access therapy if I'm going to this, that, or the other state, or moving into home setting. We can help with those processes as well. So all of that kind of comes together as far as our responsibilities. which brings me to this next slide. So these are the two separate, the two roles, but separated. So now you can see the pictures of our wonderful patient services team. So I am fortunate enough to lead this team of 5 folks. And then you have the PELs, the patient education liaisons on the right. So as I mentioned earlier, the patient service managers are the case managers. So helping to navigate those insurance coverage issues, collaborating with our partners, the FRMs or the PELs, to help overcome the challenges of reimbursement or anything else in the process. And then, of course, we have to ensure about our privacy, our patient privacy laws, which are extremely important to not have any sensitive information or to share patient information. We're extremely conservative when it comes to that, and we're definitely compliant as it relates to that. And then patient education, excuse me, that is the wheelhouse of the PELs, the patient education liaisons. So they're providing that ongoing education, support to patients and caregivers throughout the treatment journey. They do provide disease, genetic education, conduct family history discussions, and can provide that product and infusion education. So these are the real the 2 roles. When we talk about Chiesi Total Care, the in-house team, you're looking at the 9 individuals who comprise that. And so these are the folks that you'll be reaching out to for assistance. Again, if you are prescribed a Chiesi product, Fabrio in this instance. And everybody is in-house and works together and knows each other and has their mindset and also just a breadth of experience and well over 100 years of working with rare disease patients, with rare disease community. And so it's a wonderful team to be working with, and I'm very proud to be working with them. This is the second to last slide. So again, single call to your dedicated Chiesi Total Care team, led by the PSMs or the patient service managers for Fabry disease and alpha-mannosidosis is all it takes. We partner every step of the way with the community, with physicians, with insurance companies. That's our role. That's our role at Chiesi Total Care is to partner with everyone and to help overcome the barriers and obstacles to starting and staying on therapy. There's our contact information. And then the last slide here is, so each life is rare. Our support is not. It's unwavering.
Thank you, Casey, for helping out, and thank you, Mike, for the presentation, and thank you, everyone, for attending. And I think if you were here right in the beginning, Casey mentioned that there are several webinars this week. So if you're watching our Facebook page or our newsletter, you'll see those and can choose if you'd like to watch any of the next presentations. So our YouTube channel list is growing. So it's up over 60 now. We've got a few to add already. So you'll see a revision of our YouTube channel index soon. And we'll be hitting 70 videos, 70 webinars from the NFDF very soon. So thank you again for participating, and everyone have a good night.